Hello and welcome to the Discourse Duo podcast. Today we're going to jump right into our first thing. I found a interesting article on Facebook.
Okay.
Not really an article, more like a thread.
It's actually real news because you got it from Facebook. So
I mean, you know, it's real news for anyone that's over the age of like 75. So the actual question that was asked was actually pretty funny. What secrets can you now share that you're no longer under an NDA?
Ooh.
So first off, there was a lot of really lame ones.
Okay.
And there was a lot of ones where it was like, that's not saying that there's a secret. That's more of like, hey, you worked at a bad location, or you're a bad employee, know?
Are these companies named in this?
Some are.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it.
Okay.
So the first one is edible arrangements.
Oh.
It says edible arrangements are pre-made and stored in a cooler a week before any holiday. That's why they never last as long as a freshly made arrangement and or box. Also, other than the cutters, all of their other ingredients can be purchased at your local grocery store. Hershey's chocolate, logs of caramel, and women in management there are all a new version of the Stepford Wives.
Really?
So
do they keep them in freezers too? Is that...
So I will say that the last sentence seems to be a little just personal preference.
Me.
Someone
right.
probably got fired, just didn't get along.
Yeah.
But that is interesting. They do it a week before.
That is interesting.
Can you freeze fruit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You ever get cold?
so here's the thing is that I do like grapes. I like pears. Mm-hmm. I don't eat them very often, but I do really like pears. But I've never had any of those kind of things frozen, like apples, grapes, pears,
Because they're mostly water, those things. So, and I mean, water freezes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just wouldn't think it would taste very good afterwards.
Water, sugar. It's basically like an ice pop.
In fairness, they do chop up fruit and put them in like some of those like more healthy ice cream bars. You know, they'll have like the actual fruit pieces.
Yeah.
So, all right, the next one.
You know, with the edible arrangements, though, the name of that company nowadays, like you think it's like a pot brand company, right? Like if they go under, they got to shift that to like that industry.
I feel like, unfortunately, they are a victim of just like evolution.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that kind of has a different meaning now.
Right.
People are going to order stuff and be very disappointed. What's wrong with my gummies, man? All right, so this one was interesting. It was a little bit different. I went on Judge Mathis before. Do you know who Judge Mathis is?
I do.
Okay, cool. They made up a script and had me try to memorize it. They teach you how to cry and all. And the courtroom was basically in a studio, but I came in through a garage-type door. And I found out the judges on the shows have to give up their law license to be one on TV, so they can't lock you up or anything. But they paid me good.
So the whole thing's a sham.
The whole thing's a sham.
How about Judge Judy?
I can only assume because he said anyone that's on TV, they have to give up their law license. Like, I guess they're no longer, like, something to do with the bar. I feel like I'm not
licensed. Yeah, they're not licensed.
Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly didn't think that at all. I always thought that it was played up.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that it was like 100% fake.
Yeah, I didn't know that they weren't like
I didn't know that
licensed anymore.
Yeah, like when they were
practicing
giving judgment, I thought that meant like that was a court order. I
thought that maybe it was all pre-done ahead of time, like knowing what judgment was going to be given and all that kind of stuff, right? And then it's just they just kind of do it up for the cameras and whatnot. But yeah,
I mean, I honestly figured it was like, you know, definitely for the camera.
That's interesting.
And extra like waterwork type situations from like I've seen both men and women just all of a sudden just break down into tears.
Yeah,
and it's so freaking fake.
Yeah, Judge Judy, you bitch.
Here's the thing. I freaking hate Judge Judy.
Well, now you have a reason. She's a fucking liar.
Yeah, and a fraud.
Fraud. You're fraud.
Just a fraud.
You're a fraud.
All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't breathe. I used to work for a place called Peter Pan Seafoods, which, by the way, let's just pause. When you think Peter Pan, do you think seafood?
No, I think Neverland Ranch, in all honesty.
We're going to go ahead and move along because we're not going to dive into that. It was a processing plant. The person says, I was 19. If you dropped fish on the floor, you dunked it into a straight bleach and then threw it back up on the belt.
Oh.
The two managers were having an affair. One of the other guys was dating a 14-year-old.
Oh.
And a group of workers, don't point at me like that.
Neverland Ranch.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm like, don't you try to insinuate me. And a group of workers, including the managers, would pull up their cars to the shipping dock and steal boxes of king crab, salmon, and halibut on a regular basis.
King crab's where it's at, though.
Here's the thing. I just pronounced the word salmon.
Yeah.
Salmon?
Yeah.
And I have never done that in my entire life.
I was going to make fun of you so hard for that,
Because
too.
I've never said salmon before. Like,
wow.
Yes, obviously king crab would be like the one you would steal. Well, actually the halibut. I really like halibut. Salmon's overrated because I've had it so much in my life.
Yeah.
But what the hell was that?
Yeah.
I've never said salmon.
Yeah.
That's pretentious.
Yeah.
It's like saying caramel.
Ketchup or something like that, you know?
Ugh. All right, this is another good one I liked. I tried out for American Idol years ago.
Ooh, I know what this is.
Leave him out of this.
Sorry.
I love your voice, but you're just too short, love. You have to
Like a little teapot.
short and stout. Wow. Gosh, that brings back some dick memories. I tried out for American Idol years ago. You have to go through 3 days of auditions before even getting in front of the celebrity judges. So we're going to pause right there.
This is exactly what we've heard before, by the way.
Yes and no. Some people got right in.
Oh.
I've known people that actually made it onto TV before. And one of them, it was like this. It was like a 3 or 4 thing. I went to college with a girl. I felt so bad. Beautiful voice, but like an operatic style voice, not an American Idol style voice.
Got it.
But she was one of those, I think it's Pentecostal, that they have the hair. She was 5'9", and her hair was 6'2".
It's like a carpet, like a red carpet.
Yeah, so
You roll that out.
her and her mom both have it, and so she made it to the TV, and when they they used her, right? So like they did the cousin, so they called her like the Addams Family theme when they were walking, like used her to cousin it. Like, it was pretty messed up.
Wow.
I want to say her name was Victoria, if I remember correctly.
She probably killed herself now.
No, she was a very sweet girl, but I felt so bad for her because I'm like, first off,
She just embarrassed you on national television.
oh yeah, absolutely. First off, you're singing quite well, but like that's not the style, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how good of a singer you are if you're singing something totally different than what your natural voice is. It's just not going to work. No. But anyway, I just thought that was really funny. Nobody knew that, of course. Sorry, let me go back. You have to go through 3 days of audition before you even get in front of the celebrity judges. Nobody knew that, of course, so a lot of people couldn't afford the extra nights in the hotels. They treated us like cattle, no water stations, no food stations, and we were in the heat waiting all day. It was an interesting experience.
Well, you see the on
Here's the thing,
on the TV, you see the
you see the lines.
You see the lines.
And like I've been to Disney, I know how long that line's going to take.
Yeah.
And when you got to figure that, if I remember correctly, the first round of like auditions was group auditions where it was like 20 people at a time brought into a room, and it was like, go, no, go, no. And from my understanding, I believe that's how Rob described it to us.
Right.
And then there was that other girl. Remember the girl that said that she could sound like the lion from The Wizard of Oz? And she did like the growl thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she worked at the Best Buy right over here.
Yeah.
She worked with a couple of the guys that were friends with like Larry and Corey and stuff.
Interesting.
So I had met her, and I was just like, wow, okay, being one of the cities for American Idol tryouts is awesome.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, I didn't really think it was that juicy. I knew that we knew a lot of people that have also done it, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I really wish that Jonathan would have tried out.
Really?
Have you ever actually heard Jonathan sing?
Yeah.
Like, not when he's joking around, like when he's actually trying.
I think so. I want to say so.
The man can really sing, and the thing that pisses you off is you can tell him, hey, sing this song like this song, and he can do it.
That's good.
In real time. It pisses me off.
Well, don't be jealous.
Oh, 100% jealous.
Don't be jelly.
Look, bro, tenor
jelly.
voices just sound gooder. It's not my fault you got the little tiny balls.
Wow.
All right. when I was not a writer, when I was 16 and worked at Six Flags, it's not how they wrote it should be, they told us in orientation that they purposely painted the grounds black so that it would be a lot hotter inside the park, prompting people to buy more overpriced drinks.
Racist.
Wow, that's what you pulled from
I don't know.
from that. Okay.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to take a water break on that. And well, all right.
No, I mean, that's why they call it blacktop.
I mean, here's my thing.
It's just normal. I mean, that's normal. It's nothing like...
No. Okay, think about Disney, right?
Yeah.
Most of it's concrete.
Yeah.
Gray, regular, concrete. Now, the street portion
is blacktop.
They paint blacktop, like asphalt.
Sure.
They paint every surface black. So the concrete is painted black as well.
Okay.
If that's actually the reason why they do it, that's pretty ingenious. How much does an extra thing of paint cost versus how much extra can they get from their $7.50 Cokes?
Yeah, it's hard to believe that that's the...
It is difficult.
Only because if you really think about that, like, it makes sense to paint it black just because it's easier to clean. It looks cleaner, stays cleaner for longer. Like, there are other reasons that I think that are more logical.
I would agree with you, which Six Flags is not in Florida. Yeah. Because in Florida, black would be horrible because it would turn gray in like one summer.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to repaint it all the damn time.
Yeah.
Especially with the rain. Like, yeah. Anyway. All right. So I got one last one.
Yeah. I've never eaten there. So.
You've never eaten at a Popeyes?
Nope.
It is the best fast food chicken.
Okay. Yeah. I saw the internet. The internet says so too.
No. Like I say so as somebody who eats chicken.
Well,
like,
I introduced you to Culver's. You got to introduce me to Popeyes one day. So,
dude, have you seriously never eaten at a Popeyes?
Never had a Popeyes.
I mean, it's fucking horrible customer service.
No.
It's literally the worst customer service I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, I think it's probably why I avoided it.
Fair. But it's almost kind of worth it.
See, I think like...
Because their chicken...
They have a drive-thru?
Right? Yeah, drive-thru's worse.
You see, I would never eat chicken in my car. Like, with my hands. Like, on a sandwich, I would.
Well, get
you know what I mean?
Sandwich.
Yeah, I could.
It's that's way better than the freaking...
That's what the internet says.
Okay, yeah. Once again, I say it's way better, and it's bigger, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. Some chicken sandwiches.
Legitimately, we'll go. Like, for real, like next week. Because the patty is like this big, but it's like that... It's like a solid 1.5 inches thick, and the pickles they put on it are the crinkle cut circle pickles that they're not the garlic ones that you get from Publix, but they look like that.
Okay.
And it has a strong taste. It's so good. Now I'm hungry.
So now read about Popeyes and I'll never want to go there.
No. It's not that kind of issue. It's about customer service.
Go figure.
Yeah. I worked at Popeyes during high school. We used to always tell customers that we were out of chicken tenders. We really weren't, though. We just wanted to cook them right before we closed and take them home.
Wow.
Now when it happens to me, I feel like I'm getting my karma.
Yeah, because they know. They know.
So
yeah.
Remember that in my entire life, I've only worked in food for like all of like 3 months when I worked at
Burger King
for that like 3 months.
You were the king.
I mean,
you were the Burger King.
Oh, I can't make that joke because he committed suicide. All right.
Who did?
JK. He was the king.
Oh.
Anyway, so I will say that is 100% accurate. If you are actually closing down and you have a whole thing of fries left, you either have to scoop them and throw them in the trash. And 9 times out of 10, as long as you haven't like obviously been like putting extra down when there's no need to, the managers just be like, bro, just take it. I'd rather you eat it than it goes thrown away, which I understand. Like even some of the more like stickler rules managers I had there, because surprisingly at a small little like franchise place, there was like 6 managers.
Yeah, it
was
a misuse of payroll.
There was more managers there than when I worked at PetSmart.
Wow.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, it's insane.
It was the strangest freaking thing.
PetSmart's like what? Like a 30,000 square foot box
on average. Yeah. And that had 5 managers and then also the grooming salon manager.
Wow.
Because they were, yes, they're a manager, but they're only like, they can only manage things in their own department. So they're kind of like off to the side.
What's Burger King like? 4?
Burger King is like the size of this room, which for people who can't see is probably like what, like a 15 by 15? Yeah. Something like that. Like if you if we put a counter right here.
No, there's more than that. It's like these 2 rooms.
The whole building, yes.
Yeah.
But the actual kitchen
yes.
working,
No.
it is literally this size.
Yes.
This might be bigger. Yeah. So,
Dang,
but no, that literally happened. Also, we 100% stole boxes of Angus burger.
Really?
You ate some. I don't think you knew it, but you had burgers with us one night. We grilled.
You turned me into a thief.
I mean, I don't want to out you, but yeah.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, I led you down a path.
You led me down the path.
Your mom was right.
All along. Meat.
But yeah, no, so I thought that was actually a pretty funny little thread.
Fed me your stolen meat.
So, you got anything? Or do you want to hear a story?
I want to hear a story.
Okay.
I think it's story time.
So, I've been holding this in all freaking day. So, really quick disclosure. I'm an Uber driver. That's what I currently do for a living, right? So, being an Uber driver, you get a lot of people in your car that they get in, they say, hi, how's your day? You say, fine. How about yours? Great. Is this the right address? Yes. And then absolute entire silence until they get out and then they go, have a great day. Stay safe. And you're like, you too. Bye-bye. And that's it, right?
Okay.
7 out of 10, I would say. 7 out of 10.
Is that what they would say too?
They wouldn't say anything.
7 out of 10. Is that what?
Wow. I have a 4.98 score out of 5, so I don't want to hear it. So suck it. That's out of my last 500 reviews. So anyway, I would say of the people that talk, if you took about 500 of them, every once out of that 500 group, you would get one like I had to say.
Okay. Is it a good one or a bad one?
This is good. I have had so few bad situations with Uber. At this point, I've now done over like 5,000 rides. And I've had, there's 5 rides I can think of right off the top of my head where I'm like, I didn't like it. But this one was crazy. So I'm at the Sanford airport.
Okay.
Just drop somebody off. 9 times out of 10, you got a deadhead back, or you get little crappy little tiny rides.
Sure.
As soon as I swipe the button, an offer comes up to pick up at the Sanford airport and take to Kissimmee. And I'm like, oh, let's accept. So I have to like spin around. I get to the curb. This lady, she has like one like tote type style bag. Grab real quick, throw it in the back. She gets in and I'm like, how's it going? She's like, good. And she's just like, I'm just like super tired, which a lot of times is like somebody's trying to be code word.
Right.
I don't want to talk.
Right.
So like 5 minutes into the ride, it's silent. You know, I have a podcast on. I'm chilling. Mm-hmm. And she's like, so how's your day going? And I'm like, because that's like, well, this is going to be a talky ride. Because it's about an hour drive from like just the way we were going to have to go and everything like that. And traffic-wise, time of day.
Sure.
So when I asked her where we were going, there's an address, but sometimes it also has like the business name.
Okay.
And it said Discreet Secrets or Secret Discreets or something along that line.
The second one didn't really make sense. So
I know. So I'll have to, I'm not going to bother trying to look it up.
You didn't Google that later?
No, because I'm driving.
Later, I mean?
Well, no, I went there.
Oh.
It's on my phone. So
Mike fucked a hooker.
No, I did not.
In his car.
Did not. That's way too unsanitary. That's my only issue. I wouldn't have to. I'd have to clean it later. Like, nah.
You could lay down a towel or something.
Sorry. I really want to
make a picnic.
Get the right name of this. I remember the website.
Having a picnic.
It was on like the sign as I was driving out. It's loading. I'll have it in a second.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking for like 5 minutes, just normal chit chat. She's pretty nice, but she also has like a really thick accent. She's a Latina. And sorry, it was Secrets Hideaway.
That's not the Discreet Secrets is what you said, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I got that wrong. So what it said was Secrets Hideaway. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It's a secret hideaway. I get it.
Yeah, she could be a supervillain or something.
And she's like, are you familiar with that location? And I'm like, it sounds familiar and I know the area, but I can't place it. And she was like, oh, do you know what it is? And I'm like, no. She's like, it's a swingers resort. And I'm like, oh.
Wow.
And my brain goes like DEFCON 1. How do I respond? Because that's not enough information when I'm in a work mode to know how to politely go further along this conversation.
Sure.
Oh, so you like to go and fuck random people? Cool.
Right.
Or like, oh, that's really interesting. Okay. so how was your flight? You know, like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
Right.
I think she opened up that for you.
Oh, she did.
Opened it wide.
She 100% did. So anyway,
wait,
we kept like focusing in on the swingers thing. And then regular conversation. And then coming back somehow to the swinger thing. And then regular conversation. It was like she was breadcrumbing.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
And so
fatten you up.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
She's telling me about it, how like she loves it. Apparently this place is awesome as far as like for like safety purposes and whatever.
Sanitary.
It's 100% a private organization. You have to have a membership to even be allowed to go.
Oh, nice.
If you are
automatically deducted or HCH, how does that work?
No. So it's a you can do it for a one-time, a 6-month, or a year membership.
Wow.
I read the thing later because I thought it was hilarious.
Cool.
It's obviously couples, but then if it's a single female, it's a different price, which is more than the couple. Single male, it's a lot more.
Got it.
$30, like $50, $199.
Right.
And you can only come when we say.
Wow.
But apparently it's really kind of cool. Like there's a lot of like, if you mess up, if you do something to make somebody feel uncomfortable, there's no like, okay. It's like, okay, yeah, you're escorted off the premises and your membership has been revoked for life and go.
What qualifies as that?
Basically.
Whoops, wrong hole.
No,
like
it's more of like
sign
breaking
that waiver?
any of the rules.
Okay.
The rules are very different for what area you're in.
Okay.
So this
Whoa.
is part of the resort. By the way, this resort,
Gorgeous.
when I pulled into it, it's really nice and it's really big.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is just the center portion.
Okay.
So this is the one pool where they have the different pool parties. This is closing optional. This whole area. Also, apparently,
That's their website?
yes, secretsfl.com.
Wonder what happens if you look it up on Google Maps and then zoom in.
I can show you right here. Here's the satellite view.
Oh,
It's on their website.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So they have the whole thing. But yeah, so there's like 6 different buildings with like actual like rooms. Then there's 2 pools. They have dungeons and playrooms. Almost every one of the rooms has nice accoutrements, such as swings.
Well, I would hope they'd have
and
swings.
all different types of styles of things. There's a lot of extras you can have put in your room.
Wow.
For a nominal fee.
Wow.
So anyway.
How was your room?
I pull up, and as I'm pulling in, she was like, do you want to come inside with me so you can see what it looks like? And I was just like, sure. So the whole time she's been giving me crap. By the way, she was really, really nice. And I'm not making fun of her. I'm making fun of the situation.
Right.
She was the sweetest lady. Super, super cool.
Clearly. Yeah.
And she could just tell that she was just having fun. She knew she was going to have a fun weekend and was just already like, letting loose with it.
Literally.
Literally. So she's making fun of me the whole ride because she's like, because I told her how much I work, and she's like, oh, you're just like a workaholic. That's why I broke up with my ex and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff.
Well, that's why.
It's like, you just got to do stuff. You just got to blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah. So when I say like, sure, she was like, no, you were supposed to say, of course, let's go. And I'm like, okay. We pull in, and I get out like I always do whenever anyone has a bag. I always try to give them the bag and shit. So I pick up her bag and I carry it into the thing for her, and it's like a lobby and stuff. And I'm like, cool, nice lobby. All right, well, there you go. And I sort of head out, and she just looks at me, and she's just like, pursed lips, like, you pussy. And I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to make syphilis. Okay, so I'm good. But it was hilarious. I've never heard about like a swingers event. So apparently, if you're at a resort for swingers, doors to rooms will just be open.
Okay.
And when the door is open, it means come on in and play.
Right.
Now you do have to ask for consent, apparently, before any touching aspect is there.
Or else it's rape. Sure.
It's very confusing to me because I'm like, how much? There's like 20 of you in a freaking like dungeon playroom, and there's no lights. Like, what the? There's a lot of creepy stuff. So there's that. Then they have pool parties where it's like a special event. They have karaoke nights, which is coming up on Sunday if you want to go.
Nude karaoke?
Clothing optional.
Nice.
Yeah. Most of the places around this area, clothing optional. So she was explaining how that worked. She was, she said that there was this one guy that she said was probably about 1.5 meters. So that's like what, like 4.5 feet, maybe 5 feet tall.
Okay.
She said that he was sitting on the edge of like the pool, but his dick was under the water because it was so large. And she was like, what are you supposed to do with that? And I'm just like driving, like, I don't know. What do you think you're supposed to do with the 12-inch?
Maybe he was trying to catch a carp.
He was fishing.
Yeah.
He had the pole.
Exactly.
So she was telling me about that, and I'm just like, all right. Then she let me know that she was meeting her ex, not her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Here for this weekend.
Oh, that sounds
right.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, that's really cool. Okay, whatever. And she was like, yeah, he's super nice. He's so funny, blah, blah, blah. It's a good thing, though, because he's ugly as hell. And I'm just like, did you take something for the flight? Like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, just so given with information.
Wow.
So it was hilarious because it was honestly, though, super, 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 super helpful. Because that ride happened at like 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'd been driving since like 1:30 in the morning. And so if I had not had her, I probably just would have went home at that point because I was super tired.
Sure.
But that conversation woke me up. Yeah. And I'm just like, what the hell is this real life?
So cut to the part where you get your dick sucked.
No, I didn't do anything crazy like that. But it was the funniest freaking thing. And I didn't realize that apparently there's these kind of places just in plain sight all over. And there's so many clubs.
Yeah. Dude,
all over.
It's like watching Blade.
There's one in Windermere.
Just around you.
There's like 12 in Orlando.
They do exist.
And that was off just one website. There was like a list of like 10.
The shadows.
I'm just like, what the hell? I love how you're literally doing it line for line, by the way. And it's accurate. It's so accurate. Yeah. But no, so I just thought that was an extremely interesting event today.
That's good for you.
But I don't know if she even tipped me. I don't know. It's kind of messed up.
Did she even tip you?
I don't know.
She thought that was enough. She's like, I'm going to enrich his life.
Fairness. First off, a tip is extra, and I never expect a tip. I'm not that kind of guy. No, I'm being dead serious. I think that...
You should have tipped her.
Well, the amount that these people get charged for some of these rides is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that ride for her...
It's an hour. Yeah.
It was like I made $25 off of it, which means she paid like $50. Oh. Wow. Which is ridiculous.
Wow. Cab would be... You know?
Oh, yeah. I just mean in general. Like, if I was picking somebody up that was a friend, I'd be like, yeah, give me $10. You know what I mean?
She was trying to be a friend, but you didn't bite. So,
look, man, that's when you mix business with
what? It's all pleasure. It's all pleasure. It's the business.
Oh, but yeah, that was my story time for this episode.
All right.
I do have more for other times.
That's cute, though.
So whenever you want a fun Uber story, just let me know.
Is that what you're calling them, Uber stories?
No, it's just story time with Michael.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Story time with Michael.
What do you got?
What do I got? Not much, man. You know, it was pretty lame and boring week. I was popping into the. I think I told you that I watched. On YouTube, I've been watching the Norm show, right? Norm Macdonald's show, his sitcom. So it's weird. It's like, I think it started off as the Norm show, the Norm Macdonald show is what it started off as. And then it just switched to like Norm, and they just started calling it Norm. Like, I don't know, second season perhaps, or whatever it is.
The Pennyworth, the butler of Batman.
Yeah. But honestly, I forgot. I mean, I've watched that show younger. It was on. I think I remember seeing it.
I remember hearing about it and knowing that of its existence, but I've never even seen a promo for it.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
Really,
it is funny. Like he does a good job in it. But yeah. So I'm just listening to some, and it's just not appropriate for TV.
Keep talking. I gotta move. I can't.
You got to maneuver. Yeah. You got to maneuver. Yeah. So it's the jokes are basically his jokes, but on a sitcom,
but in like a
TV.
sitcom format.
Yeah. So he says things that you just don't say on TV. And even then, like, it wasn't.
What was the year time frame it came out?
98, I want to say.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't know about it. I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Here's the funny fact. That's
Is that the one? The funny is that the
it's
the funny
one
fact?
and only funny fact.
Yeah.
Is that actually Norm Macdonald was probably one of my first favorite SNL cast members.
Really?
Because I loved him on Weekend Update.
Yeah. It's
him,
you either
and
did or you
then
didn't.
what was the name of that guy? Oh my gosh. I can't think of his name now. But for In Living Color, it was Tommy Davidson. I never say his last name correctly, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
And then for SNL, it was Tim Meadows. It was Norm, Tim Meadows, and there was one other cast member that I liked, but it wasn't like Will Ferrell. I did not like Will Ferrell. I didn't like Will Ferrell until like after his like 3rd movie. And I fell in love with him.
He grew on me.
Yeah. He was
just a different brand of comedy. It was just a different kind of character he was. Because he was a character.
Anchorman is the perfect example of my love for him as a character. Where it's the first time we saw it, we were like, that is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. I don't understand the hype. I can't stand this. This is disturbingly stupid. I'm done. And then all of a sudden you're like, 30% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.
And you just can't help but quote it for the next like 3 weeks, and you're like, let's watch it again.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, I didn't start liking him, I think, until Talladega Nights. And I didn't see that movie until I think I saw it with you finally. And it was like 8-9 years after it came out.
Yeah.
Because that has what's her name in it before she was the Academy Award winning actress.
Ooh. Don't remember now. I haven't seen the movie since
McAdams or
then.
Adams or is it Rachel?
Rachel McAdams?
No,
she's not in that.
That's not the right name. The one that was in that she's in Superman. She's Lois Lane.
Amy Adams.
Got it.
it.
Thank you.
Yes, you're right. She is in that.
I couldn't think of the name. What's the name of the movie that she does? It's like aliens that she has to communicate with.
Dude, come on. I don't know. Not anything that we're gonna think of right now in this moment.
I hate this.
Close Encounters.
No, it's a recent one. It turns out that it's all like a circle times a circle.
It's all a circle.
It's a circle.
Circle.
Oh, this is gonna bother me.
Well, you can look it up.
Anyone who may know what the name of this movie is, please feel free to comment in the comment section below.
Contact.
Now,
naming movies that are way before that.
Yeah, I know. Contact was like came out 20 years before this movie. A Matthew McConaughey, a baby Matthew McConaughey movie.
Batteries Not Included.
I know that's a movie, but I don't know what that is.
Coon.
No, it wasn't that.
Now you're really not going to know it.
It's driving me insane. I've never seen it.
That's okay.
It's not my style.
Why do you care?
Because I know that I know it. And it's like a really like award-winning movie that was like a big deal. The cinematography and it was like amazing. The guy who did it ended up doing a couple of other like really big, awesome things that I actually really liked. I keep wanting to say the word Signs, and I know that's not right.
Nope, that's another movie with the aliens.
Something about communicating.
Yep, that's what happens.
Arrival?
Don't know. You're trying to confirm the title of the movie with someone who doesn't know the title of the movie.
Right, but it's kind of like saying it's like that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and like could have like survived if you got on top of the
Catch
door.
Me If You Can.
And like I don't know,
Titanic.
And it's like, oh, it's Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh, and like you remember it. Yeah.
And she's a redhead too, Kate Winslet.
She really?
Kate Winslet? Well, I mean, in that, right? Yeah.
In that, yeah. But in real life, she's not. She's like a dirty blonde, right?
Don't call her that.
Oh my god. Starts with an A.
Dude.
I could look it up, but I refuse to look it up.
Please do it.
No.
Just look it up.
Oh my gosh.
Put me out of my fucking misery and just look it up.
Anyway, okay. While my brain is trying to... Is it Arrival?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's it. Arrival.
You're such a freaking liar.
It's Arrival.
And you're not even good at it.
It's Arrival.
I hate you.
That's what it is.
Anyway.
I remember it now. I actually saw the movie. Did you not?
No, I didn't.
I could just make up a scene.
I know every single thing about it because Megan really likes it.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, while my brain is still trying to think of the name of this stupid movie, just want to say we really appreciate anyone who's followed us over from our old podcast we just finished, 50 Questions. This one is, as you can tell already, a little bit different, a little bit more laid back. But we hope that anyone who has followed over enjoys and sticks around, and anyone who's new, hey, this is our new podcast. This is our Discourse Duo podcast. Each week we will be releasing the audio and video of it. If you are listening to us, we would really appreciate any type of subscriptions or reviews with actual like comments on it. It really, really helps the algorithm spit it out to more people, the more people that listen to it that like it, and take the 10 minutes to let them know. And then obviously if you're on YouTube and you're watching the video, please do a like, a comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Even if it's just like hated it or loved it, that little tiny mention helps so much once again with these algorithms, that if you're watching the video, just put something in the comments, just anything, just like a question mark.
For every subscriber and like we get, we'll donate $1 towards Mike's membership to the Swingers Club that he just described. So if you want to see, this,
oh my gosh, that would be so awkward.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I didn't say no, but I also think it's weird. But anyway, no. So that was my spiels. So we just definitely appreciate any love and support you guys can give us to help us on this new journey.
It's a journey. That's true.
What you got? What you got? I got some stuff. So I'll let you go next.
So how about this? I have something. Mm-hmm. I was reading the other day, as I do sometimes. But the interweb. I was reading.
You were electronically reading.
Yeah, I was reading the news.
That's not your norms. Okay.
I was just flying through some stuff, and it came up, and I was like, I think I know the answer to this question, right? So I wrote some stuff down here. So, all right. And this is a true story. Okay. 100%.
You know, when you say ahead of time, this is a true story.
This is
hundo percento true story.
Well,
it makes me not believe that it's a true story.
All right, story. It's based on a true story. How about that?
Sounds better.
All right, cool. All right. So it's Alabama. Yeah. It's the answer to the question of which Southern Belt state is the fastest growing.
Really?
Uh-huh. I thought it would be Florida, right?
Yeah.
Nope, it is not. It is
all
not.
the inbreeding.
Yeah, could be. Reports show that despite Alabama's conservative laws, such as their strict abortion laws, people from northern states are choosing to move to Alabama's coastal towns due to the warm climate and lower real estate prices compared to Florida.
Oh, I 100% agree with that part.
Yeah, because everyone moves from New York to Florida.
I always forget they have coastal.
Yes.
Because it's that little tiny, like little box square titty looking thing that comes on the end.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
So residents of Alabama are concerned about overpopulation and inflation if this trend continues. So for this reason, legislators are considering to add exceptions for cases of rape and incest to their abortion laws to counteract population increase because it's Alabama.
So let me clarify this.
That second part might not be true.
So I kind of stole your thunder when I said all the inbreeding. My bad.
No, that's just what you think when you hear
absolutely.
Alabama.
Well, that and you think Forrest Gump.
Yeah, you could think Forrest Gump.
You should go back home to Alabama.
Yep.
Alabama.
When he's yelling at Jenny?
No.
Oh.
He's yelling at the guy that he feels bad for messing up their Black Panther Party.
Oh, yeah, Black Panther Party.
The white guy at the Black Panther Party.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's the only positive thing that Alabama's ever gotten is, besides real life football. I mean,
football.
Alabama's amazing. It's a dynasty.
It's because they bred that way. You know?
I mean, they figured out the right feed to give them.
Yeah.
To just build up those big old corn-fed boys.
It's I think just they take 2 family lines and they just keep that they just keep that going until it becomes 1 family line.
Whew. You're just pushing it in. All right, cool. Yep.
That's what they do in Alabama.
Wow.
Push it in.
That's disturbing.
Anyway, yeah, but I thought that was crazy though. Like literally, it's becoming one of the fastest growing.
Well, it does make sense. Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about the other day, where I was bored and I went on Zillow, and you know, I've always talked about I wanted to move up to Minnesota, and so I started looking at like prices in Minnesota, and then I was like, this is insane. It's still freaking dirt cheap, even like around cities. And then I looked at Montana and was just like 9-10 bedroom homes.
Just find a place.
100,000.
Yep. You can.
Now, mind you, they were built in like 1907.
Sure.
But they're gorgeous.
Gorgeous, large, lot of property.
Lot of property. That's the real ticket.
You can build a swingers resort there if you really wanted to.
I'm starting to regret telling you this. I feel like this is going to become a thing.
You should not have told me this.
Look.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea how difficult it is to be sitting in a car with people either next to you, behind you, or a combination of. Mm-hmm. That, once again, complete silence. In your earbuds, you're listening to a comedy special, mm-hmm. or just a podcast, or a book, and whatever you're hearing gives an emotional response, good, bad, or indifferent. You have to just hold it in, because otherwise you would look like a legitimate maniac. If I'm just driving down the highway and then tears just come dripping down because of extremely sad character death in a book, I might have people think that I'm about to murder them. Or if I'm just like, once again, there's no cars on the road, it's dark, and I just start going.
Well, that would be the murder. That's the murder thing. Tears, maybe not, unless you turn them and say, I don't want to do this. I really don't.
You're the third one this week.
Yeah. It's the voices.
Run.
It's the voices.
I like it when they run. No, so
that before.
Thought about it. Yeah. But no, I think that is one of the most difficult things, and there's been times recently where it's been I've been listening to a lot of comedy specials. Because I told you, YouTube has become like a freaking just treasure trove. And so I forget the full name. The guy's name is Ali. No. Oh. It's a black guy, has like a chin strap style, like beard, no mustache. And he talks about how he used to be a drug dealer, then he went to prison for like 6 years and came out. Anyway, he's freaking hilarious. He has like 2 or 3 specials. I've listened to all of them now. And he's a story comic.
Is he the one who does the jokes and stories and then he's like, doesn't work?
No. That's Ian Cole.
Yeah. I think
Yeah. The one that now is the spokesperson for the lotions. And,
is he?
For what did Terry Crews used to do? Old Spice. Yeah. Yep. He's been doing that for the past like 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. They were really funny at first, but now it's like the same, like 6. I'm just like, I'm done with this crap. Give me a new person.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It is really difficult to hold it in. It is very difficult. Laughter.
I forgot what we're talking about.
Laughter
for a second.
from the stuff.
Yeah. Got it.
Cool. But I have been catching up on a lot of the stand-up specials because we looked on Netflix. What was it, like weeks ago? And there's like 6 I had never even seen before.
Sure.
So I watched both of his Ali's on YouTube. I watched all of the John Mulaney one, Baby J. It might be my favorite one he's ever done. It's a close like back and forth between, I think it's Gorgeous or Kid Gorgeous he did, which I think was the second one. Watched Razzle Dazzle from Burt Kreischer, and I was very surprised on actually how good it was because we've talked about it.
I like him on interviews. I like him on podcasts. Yeah.
And then he just kind of went down on like his comedy, but I will listen to any of his podcasts.
Sure.
I actually, remember I told you about like 2 years ago, he had a podcast where he interviewed Dane Cook. That was the first time I'd seen or heard Dane Cook in like years.
Oh, yeah.
He just did another one with him like 6 months ago.
Really?
And I listened to that one as well.
I haven't heard any of Dane Cook's comedy in the past. I can't tell you how many years. What deal does he have?
He has a deal because you know how Dane is.
Showtime.
He's Moment.
How's that?
Exactly. Same thing that people said when it was like, what's this Dane Cook guy doing? Oh yeah, MySpace. He's always trying to move on to like that next thing. So Moment is, from my understanding, I haven't had time to research it, so I'm just getting it piecemeal. It's a streaming service that somebody can take content and go to and be like, hey, will you distribute this? And they go, yeah, it's only for 14 days. And after that 14 days, all of the rights, all the ownership, all the everything goes right back to the creator.
Interesting.
Which is amazing for the creator. And the way that he was saying it, he was like, do you know how big an average contract is? It's like 30 to 75 pages. Contract with them, it's 1 page.
Interesting.
And I'm like, there's a lot of people that would, if this does end up being an avenue that could actually start getting more exposure from it.
I guess, but
apparently,
how is he going to benefit from it?
Because people would be, it's a paid thing.
I understand, but like needs to right now.
He already has one on.
What?
Comedy special. He's done like 2
on Moment. Okay. How do I access it?
I believe moment.com.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Right. It's a newer thing.
Is it just coming out now?
Within the last like 6-7 months, I guess.
This might blow up. This might be the thing. Or
also, I think, what's the name of I know his last name and I can't think of it. It might be Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz.
He was the first one that was like starting messing with it. He had a special that did really well on it as well.
It's a cool concept for artists, obviously, right? And for people like that. But you're trying to gain back fame that you've had in the past. Like, how is that going to work for him, right?
Well, I mean, Dane Cook's not looking for fame. He already has name.
Sure. But like, didn't he lose a bunch of money or stolen from him? Like his brother?
His brother totally fucked him after his parents died.
Right. I guess he doesn't need the money though. I guess he's still good from.
No, he did when he did
those movies or the
Vicious Circle. No, he lost all the money from the movies.
Oh, he lost all of that from the movies.
Yeah. When he did Vicious Circle, I think it was. It wasn't Vicious Circle. It was the one where he was like
rough around the edges.
Is that it? The one where he starts off like black and white? He's walking down like to like a basement.
No,
like on the stairs. Whatever one that one was, he had the shaved head.
Oh,
well, buzz cut. You know?
Yeah.
And that was the first one he did post getting ripped off.
Got it. It's interesting though. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but it's not just moment.com because obviously that would be like too fucking easy. But anyway, so I listened to that and it was really good. I'd recommend it. I also listened to Bert interview Matt Rife because,
Yeah, you're gay for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love him. Found out that he and some of his friends have a couple of YouTube channels where they do ghost hunting.
Oh.
They go to like all those like legit, like this is supposed to be the scariest, this is supposed to be the most haunted place in the UK.
Yeah.
So they go to it and like do the different things and whatnot.
Interesting.
The one that he was talking about, they just, when this happened, I think this was like 8-9 months ago because I was catching up on ones, he had just gone like to the Queen Mary out in Cali. Cool. You know what the Queen Mary is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it seems like it was pretty funny because this is the way that it's videotaped and all that kind of stuff. So I actually might check it out. It's pretty funny.
Blair Witch style.
A little bit, just like GoPro in it, holding it by themselves.
Yeah.
Then I listened to the Jim Gaffigan. Not listen. I watched Jim Gaffigan. Nope. Jeffries.
Oh yeah, Jeffries.
Yeah. That was really funny.
He's always funny.
He almost always. He's not the funniest guy in the world. He's consistently like a good 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Like he's just the only person I would say that I recently have just been floored both times is Taylor Tomlinson. Mm-hmm. You called that one. Mm-hmm. She is the funniest freaking person, and 2 specials in a row I think were like 9.5s both.
Yeah, she
like,
hit.
It was just spot on.
Both of them. Yeah,
spot on, which you don't see very often.
No.
Oh, but yeah, I've just been watching a lot of comedy specials.
That's cool.
That and just working on like normal like editing stuff and playing around things. Did start 3D printing some new stuffs too. We have, can't see it because it's behind the camera, but we have a little addition for hopefully next week.
Yeah.
The little shelf. Yeah.
We have space.
Maybe right there. Well, actually, no, we'll probably have to put them up here.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
Just because of height.
Mix that up anyway.
Yeah. And I'm also 3D printing some other stuff for up here as well. So just, I figure if nothing else, this will be an ever evolving thing. And like maybe, Master Chief will stay here for a couple weeks and then maybe he'll vacation. Somebody else can pop in for a little bit and he can come back, just kind of mix it up. Eventually we have some, at least I have my eyes on some other furniture, but one of those, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah.
We definitely just need more tables.
We just need this room to finished.
Yeah.
There's a hole there's all the drywall's missing from one side of the wall here. So
yeah, I mean that's
it. That's
just Florida.
It's Florida.
But bro, it's just the way it is.
Anyway, how's the other thing you've been doing? Real killing.
Real killing?
Yeah.
It's going a lot better than I thought it was because it turns out you only have to do 3 within like a 30-day period as long as they don't have any known connections. Now, I messed up the first time and I did 2 at the same time and it kind of null and voided the whole system, so I had to start over.
That's why you left Lyft and now you're with Uber. Understood.
Yeah. Because the thing with Lyft is that had to have like a little like logo illuminating thing, and it was really kind of like less low key than I wanted to go.
Away. Right.
It really does. It's pink. It's kind of glows.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan.
No.
That's why I like Uber. More inconspicuous.
All right. Well, listen, good luck with that.
I mean, I appreciate it. So I want to end this one out on one little fun thing.
All right.
So I was listening to a podcast.
No.
Right now. And I heard a headline that made me immediately I have to look that up.
Okay.
Back in 2016 in Florida, we had a wonderful Florida man headline.
It was in Georgia then, so it wasn't me.
Right. Florida man arrested for allegedly robbing a Wendy's with an alligator.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, I will show you the photo of said alligator inside the Wendy's. Oh. It's very grainy, but let me give you
a little guy.
Let me explain the situation. So, this guy, and I wanted to see really quick if it shows his age. Yeah, this guy Joshua Douglas James, who at the time was 23, and this is in Jupiter, Florida. You know already what kind of place we're dealing with.
I go there often.
Yes, I've been there like times.
It's not the sticks.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of? I was getting Atlantis and Jupiter confused.
Atlantis isn't really either.
The place that I was in was Atlantis is technically one community.
Right.
Yeah, Lantana.
Yeah.
And the police chief and then the fire chief are the brother of this person's ex-wife. A little sticky.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anyway, he decided that he was going to go and rob Wendy's. So a normal person to the destination, maybe have somebody stay in the car with the car running inside. Give me your money. Maybe like even like under the shirt because you have a banana. Give me your money.
Okay.
Work. Good old Joshua here goes through the drive-thru himself. He gets to the drive-thru window. Lady. It shows her name too because the way that it was stated was really funny. It doesn't. I don't see it right away. This is him, by the way. There's a lady. Give me all the money in the register.
Drive-through.
Through the drive-through. She's like, no. Like,
shut the window.
Go fuck yourself.
At that point.
Yeah. Like, I'm not giving you anything. Like, give me all the money or I'm gonna fucking kill you guys. She's like, no. You like pickles? No.
You like pickles?
So he goes, and takes an alligator and throws it through the window at her.
Why would she still have it open at that point?
Where was the alligator chilling when he was starting this conversation?
Yeah, they're friends, obviously. They're buddies.
Like, what is this?
Partner in crime.
So this is the best part. Surveillance video from Wendy's of the alligator toss was shared with the FWC. The footage is currently being held by the Palm Beach County State's Attorney Office and will not be publicly released at this time.
Oh, it should be.
Been a while. I may actually try to find it. It's pretty freaking funny.
That's funny.
Let's see here. He got arrested like right away, and
For so many things too.
his bail was set for only $6,000 though.
Really?
Yeah. I want to see if it says what he was actually charged with.
Robbery with a deadly
Attempted robbery.
animal?
I don't know. Yeah.
Animal abuse?
Oh, here we go. James now faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill and unlawful possession and transportation of an alligator, according to the FWC incident report and Palm Beach County online court records, blah, blah, blah.
The only thing is he said he was going to kill them.
Yeah. Man,
And then threw a predator at them.
Apparently he had ordered a large soft drink as an excuse to be in the drive-thru.
It was a Frosty. It was a Frosty.
He ordered vanilla. They gave him chocolate.
Yeah.
He lost his mind.
They have strawberry now.
I'm good. I don't like strawberry.
No?
I don't like strawberry anything except for strawberries.
Milkshakes. Good.
Oreo. The only kind of milkshake I really go for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dude.
That's all I got.
That is a Florida man thing for sure.
Oh, that's 100% Florida man.
What other state are you robbing people with gators? Like,
Maybe Alabama.
Alabama.
And honestly, no, not really. It's probably just because you left Pensacola and just went a little bit further. You're probably still a Florida man.
Yeah.
But I think that might be something we'll check in on regularly as our wonderful Florida men. See what other crazy crap they're up to.
We are in the state of Florida, and
begrudgingly,
I think we're just immune to a lot of it too, because we see a lot of stuff.
And we live in the city.
Around. Yeah.
We live in the greater Orlando area, so
yeah.
We don't deal with as many of these types of issues.
Well, no, not the gator things, but we deal with a lot of like distributing hobos and type of stuff that goes on. You know, happens, but that's normal. That's any city stuff. I mean, we're not in like the city.
Anytime you have homeless population, unfortunately, there's a lot of mental illness with it, and I saw a guy off of OBT and like Hoy, I think it is, or something like that. It's like Sand Lake when you take it all the way down and it turns into like that other road. Yeah. And he had on a pair of gray sweats. Yeah. They stopped mid-thigh, the top. Oh. And he was just letting it all hang. He goes. He was air drying.
What he was doing.
Yeah. It was a Kevin Hart's dad moment.
Oh boy. A dead homeless man too.
I did. That's a much longer story.
That's a much longer story.
You know what? There's story time with Mike next time, too.
That was his first victim.
Wasn't the first dead body.
I'm just saying.
I have an alibi for that one. But anyway.
You need to come up with a name. Media for your serial killing.
Oh, I was going to say. Yeah. I know what his name was. It was Michael.
Wow.
Didn't have a name until he died.
What if
in death, his name was Michael Kowalski. Was very consonant heavy. Wow. It's like this long. It had characters in it. Don't exist in our alphabet.
The angle they can't see. That's how long his penis is.
Here. That's how long. But yeah, so that's all I think we got for this week. Yeah. Free to back next week when we have some more interesting, fun stuffs for you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool
stuff.
Dead bodies.
You can hear where Michael's body count is.
Currently, we're at 5, and like I said, in counting.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out from there.
That's cute.
All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next week.